Haley Automotive Group has supported this cause again for another year and has done a lot for American Cancer Society. This year's involvement with Cure by Design is a little more special, and our organization has become the presenting sponsor. And the reason was to support me as the honorary chairperson, to help support me and get the community to notice, and hopefully bring more funds in, more models, more auction gifts, and just everything to pull this organization and this event to be a got-to-go event in the rest of the years here in Richmond, that people in Richmond, when they hear Cure by Design's coming to town, they buy the ticket a year in advance. It's got to be a got-to-go-to event, and that's what Haley Automotive has been involved with. And they make a difference to cancer survivors. And the ones that don't survive, obviously, we learn from them, but more importantly, this event helps people, bring people together, celebrate their birthdays, and make relationships that last for the rest of their life, for them and their families.
Cure by Design is such a unique event. Not only will you be welcomed with a reception with amazing silent auction items, but then you'll be brought into the main ballroom where you'll enjoy a fashion show. This fashion show is not like any other that you've ever been to. Everyone that walks the runway, the men, the women, and the children are all cancer survivors. So you're going to be delighted with the fashion show of these cancer survivors dressed in Alex Garfield from New York, and also our local designers and retailers such as Evelyn Begala.
We really need to get the word out about this best birthday party in the city. I'd like to engage as many people as I can and really send a message that we can help each other out, those of us who are cancer survivors. And I think in memory of those who have not survived, that we can do so in their honor.
The money that we raise from Cure by Design and the other events that we do here in Central Virginia pay for the free programs that we provide to cancer patients and their families, as well as some of the life-improving research that we do. So we're getting better detection, better treatment methodologies because of the research that we're funding here in Central Virginia.
The American Cancer Society's support of Cure by Design is astounding to me. I've been in their home offices in Atlanta, and I saw what they do, and the volunteers and the staff are the most wonderfully remarkable people I've ever known. Their outreach to help people prevent their cancer from getting worse and to save lives and to have more birthdays has been something that has kept me going, and it's going to keep me going for as long as they want me to be involved.
Cure by Design means a lot to me because being a designer and having worked in a city, and I've seen so many friends and clients who have suffered from cancer, some have died, some have made it, and for me to be able to come in and do the little that I can, make dresses for them, is something I couldn't pass on.
I personally can't wait to attend my first Cure by Design and see how the cancer survivors interact with one another and how their families have been touched and how they personally will benefit from this event. I've tried to give back to my community in my time, and I hope to be able to do a lot more. And hopefully this is just a start to a lot of years of making a difference and really making an impact on others, and then I know it's going to benefit me as well.
When you're first told you have cancer, it's such devastating news that it's really tough to hear that diagnosis. In fact, when they first told me, I wouldn't believe them. I was healthy, I didn't smoke, didn't drink, played tennis almost every day, was actually, underweight in a way. I mean, 5-10 pounds, not that big a deal, but I thought I was in great shape. I was in great shape. I thought I was so healthy. So when they told me I had cancer, they actually got a little angry with me because I didn't believe them. Because they said, oh, your diagnosis, is positive. And I said, oh, thank you. And I started to hang up the phone, and they said, no, Mrs. Frazier, you have cancer. And it just hit me like a ton of bricks.
Cure by Design has affected me in a lot of ways. I watched my sister who had breast cancer, who really had a hard time, just go through just a lot of pain and just not feeling good about herself. She was one of our models last year, and she absolutely beamed. And I got to watch how it affected all the models. It's really a positive thing for people who have had cancer.
I'm really fortunate that I have a partner like Jamie Nortman at Piece of Cloth, our clothing company. We manufacture women's sportswear in New York City. that she and my staff are so good at what they do that I am able to go and do what I do with the American Cancer Society. God has blessed all of us because of my involvement with the people that I'm involved with.
It helps push your employees to another level when they know they're involved in something like this. So if you're in a company, small or large, or if you have a foundation, you should consider American Cancer Society as being in your portfolio for years to come. We are going to be touched by cancer, whether it's my mother dying of cancer and or meeting these beautiful people that we're going to see on the runway each and every year. It's just celebrating life is going to be great. So if your business wants to get noticed in the community, yes, it's advertising. You don't have to look at it as a donation. Look at it as your business growing. The more you do for a community, they realize it, they come to do business. And if you have a car dealership on one street corner and another one on the other, and I'm the one that's helping the community, believe it or not, people notice that and they thank you.
So I think there's other Elizabeth Frasers who, like I was, had a hard time talking about it and felt there wasn't really a message. And hopefully I can be an inspiration to those folks to learn how to handle it and get through that, oh my gosh, moment of I have cancer. And I think American Cancer Society and all that I've learned that they do with research and so much of how they work with Massey is incredible.
We provide support for cancer patients and their families by providing free rides to treatment, free wigs, support groups, any type of support other than medical treatment that cancer patients and their caregivers might need.
Cure by Design changes people's lives. When the models come together, they meet, they bond, they click. It just rocks. It helps them know that they're not alone, that they have a group that they can be with who are like-kind.
I needed to make a difference because perception being reality, I thought perhaps people had a different perception of the way I was. And the way I see it is if somebody's going to buy this or somebody's going to buy this, but this is making a difference in your community, which one are you going to buy?
Wow, cancer has changed my life because it has helped me appreciate so many things. In so many ways, I feel very fortunate. I had a very treatable form of breast cancer. I luckily didn't have to go through chemo or radiation, but I think for those who have a much tougher time, hopefully I can inspire folks on how to really put it in perspective and also, again, to appreciate those folks that haven't been survivors.